Hello everyone and welcome back to Covetous Imp Gaming. Today I want to answer a question that I get asked almost constantly, and that is, I want to get started in D&D, or my child wants to get started in D&D, and where do I go from here? Before I get started with that, please hit the like button, leave us a comment below about videos that you would like to see in the future, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you're alerted to our future content, and check us out on Facebook and Patreon. Those links are down below. So before you spend any money on D&D at all, find a group of people that want to play. And if they're all beginners, that's fine. Pick the person that wants to run the game and wants to fill that role of Dungeon Master. And then go out and pick up one of the 2 starter sets. Either one of these is a great story and will take your characters from level 1 to around 4 or 5. The characters are already pre-made. It's literally just open the box, roll some dice, and play. So you played through your starter adventure, and you loved it, and you guys are ready to take the next step. For your players, I would suggest next the Player's Handbook. This has the full rules for a player in D&D. Very basic rules again, but nonetheless, it has your introduction to character subclasses, the things that you'll buy, backgrounds, starting equipment, everything. Now, for the Dungeon Master, I would suggest something like the basic rule set. And that comes with your Player's Handbook, your Dungeon Master's Guide, and your Monster Manual. The Dungeon Master's Guide gives you a list of magic items, how to run an adventure, the introductions to starting an adventure on your own, and it teaches you basically the most important rule of Dungeons and Dragons, and that's whatever gets said at the table by the Dungeon Master is the rule, because it's their table. The Monster Manual will give you A to Z of every basic monster that's in any world in Dungeons and Dragons. Now, again, as the Dungeon Master, I would strongly suggest, especially as a first-time Dungeon Master, that you run a pre-written campaign. Now, the point of that is to teach you the pacing and the ins and outs of challenge rating. The things that you'll learn running a pre-written adventure and will teach you in writing your own adventures later on are how many of a monster to throw at someone, or how much challenge rating is too much, and basically just what each breakpoint is. So once again, you loved this adventure and you're ready to plunge in a little deeper. There's Xanathar's Guide to Everything and Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. These books give you even more advanced subclasses, and as newer books come out, the skill level or power level of some of these subclasses ramps up incredibly. There are about 9 or 10 other source books out there that will introduce new species, new spells, new subclasses, tons of stuff like that, new magic items. None of those are really mandatory, but as you start to find the holes in your character, you might seek out books like that to fill in those holes. So, as I said, the starter set should be your first stop, and as your initial foray into D&D, you're looking at like a $20 to $30 investment. It comes with a booklet for the players to read and have a basic understanding of the rules. It comes with a booklet that is the adventure, and that should only be for the Dungeon Master. And it comes with a set of dice that, if you only had one set of dice, you would have to pass them around the table as needed. But for an initial investment of $20 to $30, that's not bad for multiple nights of fun, I think. The additional books can get a little pricey with a MSRP of around $50 a pop. The good thing is you only have to go down the rabbit hole as far as you want to. So once you hit your comfort level, you could stop. You don't need to buy anything else. If you're running a homebrew adventure, then, really all you need is a player's handbook and whatever your DM is going to throw at you. Would basically be up to your DM. I hope that answers everybody's questions out there. I hope that this reaches people and they get the answers that they need. If you have any questions about these things, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below, and I will do my best to answer them as quick as possible. Thanks for watching. We appreciate all the support. Whatever holiday you celebrate, I hope you have a happy one, and we'll see you next year.